celebrating everything the Coastal Bend has to offer.
This is a great place to live, so let's talk about it.
Get the scoop on the latest trends, popular fashions, hottest music, exciting events, and so much more.
Come on, let's have some fun.
This is Coastal Living on KZTV.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Coastal Living, the at-home edition. We're so excited to be joining you. Glad to be back on air. And we are halfway through the week, which can be challenging for some of us. Some people are optimistic about it. Some are like, oh my gosh, I have 2 more days to get through. Jocelyn, how are you feeling about Hump Day today?
I am feeling great, and I have to tell you, for our viewers that have been tuning in, I had to switch the scene up a little bit. I mean, my background was just a plain white background, so I figured, hey, why not sit in my living room and definitely have a conversation from here with you, Clarissa, and of course our viewers. But I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm really good, and I love the new background. I'll have to experiment with mine too. This is my busy space in my house, but I'll try to find something cute. It looks really nice. I'm doing really well. As I said earlier, you know, some of our viewers, everyone has a different attitude about Wednesday, right? Some people are like, all right, reset, recharge. We're halfway through the week. We've got this. Other people, not so much. It's called Hump Day for a reason, and it's because it's downhill from there in a good way. We're headed towards the weekend, but sometimes you need a little extra something to get you through. Now, we've discussed Wellness Wednesday, which is a very popular term, hashtag Wellness Wednesday, which is a pretty broad topic. You know, for some of us, that's our mental health, our physical health, emotional health. Now, we've discussed some of the things we're doing, right, to take care of our physical health. I know both of us are exercising. You're sharing some really great fitness videos, which we'll get to see today. But is there anything kind of outside the box that you're doing to take care of your mental health during this time?
Really, I have been starting off my day with reading my devotional or a positive quote, because I think the way you start your day has a lot to do. It'll reflect on your attitude and your personality throughout the day and throughout the morning. And I just think it is very important to maintain a positive attitude, especially during this time. And as we try to bring to the table with everybody in our lives, whether it be our viewers, our families, our friends, and I think it's infectious to have such a positive attitude. So going back to what you asked me, I started my morning off with a quote, and I'll go ahead and share it with you all. It's, you are beautiful even on the days you doubt yourself, just like how the sun still shines even on the days you don't step out to see it. And I'm always encouraging everybody to step out and enjoy the sunshine. And I just have to say, wellness, as far as your physical and mental health, those 2 things go hand in hand, and it's very important to maintain a healthy lifestyle by staying positive. And I just think we should share that with everybody, whether it's a positive quote, whether it's just starting your day off on the right foot, even just telling someone, you know what, I'm having a great morning. I hope you're having a wonderful morning also. Just hearing the type of day that somebody's having is always wonderful. What about you, Clarissa? What have you been doing?
Well, I love that. It's very unique, and I think it's something new that many of our viewers might be willing to try. It doesn't take much effort. There are a lot of apps out there where you can find a quote of the day, and you had it right on. You know, it all starts with your attitude from the top of the morning. So that's what we're here for. And hopefully that quote helps you get your day started off on the right foot. I'm just trying to be more present, whether I'm cooking or just spending time with the kids, my dog and my son. Or working out outside, whatever it is. I've caught myself more stopping to smell the flowers and taking in these beautiful moments that we have. Again, we know it's a unique time, a time that we probably will not revisit, hopefully at any point again in our lives. So take this quality time that you have with your family and just soak it all in, because it really is beautiful and we're super blessed. And it's really important to make sure that you're managing your time well so that you don't get distracted or find yourself falling into any kind of darkness, which takes me into our next guest to talk about boredom versus hunger, which I think hunger is a thing that many of us fall into. So it's one more way to make sure you're taking care of your own wellness, knowing the difference between the two, and we'll figure out how to do that right now. Check it out. We're excited to visit once again with Dr. Duvall of the Coffee Barrel to give us a little insight on how to keep a healthy mentality during our social distancing and stay-at-home policy. Thank you for joining me.
Hey, Clarissa, how are you doing? Glad to be back. Wonderful. Happy to have you back. So we've talked about a healthy diet. We've discussed a few different topics, but today we're going to really focus on being healthy altogether. I know at this point we've been home for so long, I can't control my munchies. I can eat great all at night. I'm like, all of the Fruit Loops need to be in my belly. How can we control some of these cravings?
Well, there are a lot of different techniques that we could use and talk about, but let me just step back for a moment and say that health, regardless of the type we're talking about now, is multifaceted. So it isn't just a physical thing, right? Health also means your emotional state, your psychological state, your mental state, your spiritual situation, all that combined in the environment that you're in, right? So it's kind of hard to pinpoint all the reasons why, but we should take that into totality. And anything that I want to kind of suggest to you, hopefully, is uncommon for healthy living, either in the current moment or generally speaking as well. So in terms of cravings, I think there are a few tips that I can offer, which we can all try, right? Because I get those as well. Like I was telling you earlier, I love ice cream. So once every week and a half, I'll sit down with, a gigantic bowl of ice cream and fill it up with peanut butter, and it just gives me that sugar rush. So we all have them. So there's nothing wrong with that per se, but you can't do it all the time. So what do we do in the current moment, right? Because we are at home. Well, first of all, we may not even be hungry. So if you get that craving, maybe start with a glass of water and see if you were really thirsty rather than if you actually had a craving, because if you're thirsty and you're eating, that doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So start with some water, see if that craving goes away, because it could have just been thirst. Something that you should start to think about doing is, so that you don't get to that craving point, is to plan some of your meals and be on a schedule for those meals so that you don't get overly hungry and then say, oh my gosh, it's, midday, I missed lunch again and I'm really hungry. And so you go straight for the cupboard and attack the junk food that's in your cupboard, like most of us have often. So plan your meals for sure. The other thing to do, and I've seen this in a few places, I don't do it at our house, but I may have to try to do it with the ice cream fridge portion of it. Maybe in your cupboards, if you're prone to that, or your fridge, put a little sign up and say, hey, walk away. Are you really hungry? Ask yourself a mental question before you just grab, open the door and start grabbing whatever you can find. So just a little note might help you to remind yourself, are you really hungry or not, right? But if you do get cravings, choose certain things that are going to be really healthy for you. So pick up on things that are higher in protein, that are going to fill you up and then satisfy you more often. So things like avocados, which are really tasty, lean meats, right? Chickens, and lean beef can be really great. Greek yogurt, like we've talked about in the past, right? With a little bit of honey. These are things that are high in protein, fill you up, and can counter your cravings really quickly, so that you don't eat all that other bad stuff when it comes to that. And then if you really need to, call someone, call the Coffee Barrel, and we will help you walk away from that craving if you really get to that point. So, just some quick uncommon tips that might be useful if you do get to that craving point, because most of us probably aren't hungry physically at that point, unless you haven't planned your meals appropriately.
Absolutely. Well, wonderful advice. Thank you. I think it's perfect to help anybody get their day started, start off their week on the right foot. And definitely the words of encouragement I think we're all looking for at this time. So thank you so much for your time and for your words of encouragement.
It's always a pleasure to visit with Dr. Patel. We appreciate his time and insight on our Wellness Wednesday topic. Hungry or bored? Hopefully just bored. I don't need that much. Either way, we have a really great show coming up for you guys today. Our seniors have really taken a hit during coronavirus. They were unable to walk the stage to do their senior prom and many things like that. But we want to do our part to make sure we are celebrating our seniors. So we'll be doing that in today's show. Plus, we have your Coastal Living Challenge. And when we return, Jocelyn has a workout that will surely make you come back to life. We'll be right back on Coastal Living.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV, the only lifestyle show made in the Coastal Bend for the Coastal Bend.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.